Ready.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 4. Is this the fourth one we've done?
Fourth or fifth?
Yeah.
Fourth or fifth, yeah.
Welcome to the
Of the
current
greatest.
episode of Dad Jokes and Crypto. We tested out a couple of dad jokes earlier, so we're in pretty good spirits right now. But we wanted to talk a little bit about today. The last few days have been pretty crazy in the crypto market. We've seen kind of a big run up, and then it kind of dropped off, and then it's climbing back up again. And we wanted to talk a little bit about an investing strategy called dollar cost averaging, which basically a lot of people abbreviate it DCA. You want to just kind of do a quick rundown of what that is, Travis?
Yeah, so what dollar cost averaging is instead of buying like when you see like the extreme lows or the extreme highs, you can purchase and I've heard it done several different ways, but one of the ways that maybe most people will be able to understand it is at the end of every month, you would just add like $300-400 or $30 or $20 or whatever your budget is set up for into an asset that you want or that you think will be okay. And you can do that at the end of the month or the beginning of the month or whenever you get paid. And it's just you're just going to average out the amount of money that you're going to keep adding into those assets over time. So if you get paid bi-monthly and you want to put $100 into XRP and you do that twice a month over a period of time, that's dollar cost averaging from what I understand. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what I understand it as well. And it's pretty similar to how like traditional retirement accounts, 401ks are set up in like at your job or, an IRA or whatever. It's the same idea basically is every paycheck you're investing a certain amount, whether the market is up or down. And what that does for you is it basically averages out. So sometimes you'll buy, like if you're buying $100 worth of something when the price is low, you'll be able to buy more. If you're buying $100 of something when the price is high, you'll be able to buy less, but your average is somewhere in the middle. And so it kind of takes the emotion out. So you're not just like, oh, I gotta buy more when it's low, or oh, I can only afford to buy like 2 or 3 when it's high, or whatever the case may be. And so it helps you to stay consistent, number one. And I've also heard a lot of times, and I think I heard this from one of our favorite YouTube guys, Blockchain Backer. Dude's amazing. If you get a chance, watch his videos.
He's a rock star.
He knows like a zillion times more than we could imagine to know. Well, me, maybe not you, I don't know. But he talks about saying his kind of philosophy is that time in the market is better than timing the market. So what that means is just the longer you're in, the longer you consistently invest in whatever you think is going to be beneficial, whatever you've done research on, is going to be better off than trying to be like, okay, it's low, I'm going to buy 10 grand worth. And then when it's high, oh, I'm going to try to sell it all off, because it's super hard in, especially a volatile. I mean, it's hard to do it in the stock market. Day traders, like most of them don't make any money. And in a more volatile market like cryptocurrency where it's new, it's hard to catch that just period, because it is way more volatile. And at the, Jerome Powell sneezes and the market could go up or down. You never know. So.
Elon Musk says something and Doge just pumps.
He tweets something. Oh, sorry, excuse me. He X's something and you never know. So it could, that wasn't XRP. That was the Twitter X, but yeah, so basically that's the idea, is you just consistently invest. And if you don't mind, Travis, I'd just like to share my screen here. What we've got are some charts here. So this is the Bitcoin chart over the last year. And if we look, like say you're in this area here, January 2023, the price at this point was $16,615. If you put $100 in, let's just say you buy it at a lower price. Let's say like 2 weeks later, you're like here and you buy some at 20 grand almost, right? That averages out to kind of be in the middle of those two, And so your total price for those two purchases is actually lower than this 19, but a little bit higher than that 16. And so then you do it again a couple weeks later, you're right at 23, another $100. A couple weeks later, you're, right in here, 23,000 again. And so what you see is, rather than you riding these waves like this up and down and trying to catch those peaks and valleys, you just consistently go in the middle here and your overall net gain does more like this rather than.
Yeah, because nobody can predict. It's like we were talking about before. Nobody can predict what the market is actually going to do. I mean, we can catch patterns of what it may or may not be doing, but you can't actually predict for sure. I mean, it could plummet tomorrow. We have no idea, but dollar cost averaging is going to save you over time, I think.
Yeah. And the only thing that's even remotely predictable with crypto is that there tends to be a bull run after the Bitcoin halving. And then it lasts about a year. And then after that, everything bombs. And so in general, you can buy more after it's bombed and it goes up crazy high after the halving. You try to sell off, what you can towards the top. Again, you're not going to ever get the tippy top unless you're insanely lucky. But then you have kind of more of a chance to buy more low, sell more high, basically. But I mean, that's something you and I do as far as I know. I do. I try to invest some I get paid twice a month, the 15th and the 30th. And every paycheck, a little bit goes in, just like into my retirement account, a little bit goes into crypto, a little bit goes into crypto every single time, just so we can dollar cost average. So
Yep.
Jumping in here, I mean, same thing. Here's the Ethereum chart over the last, excuse me, this is over the last month. But if we go to over the last year, same idea. It's pretty volatile. There's big swings up and down. But if you're slowly, from like this point here, if you start investing in January and you just slowly do it, your net gain is, from, let's see, what was the price here? $1,200 per coin here. And now it's up over 2,000, so your net gain, even if you bought, just little bits here and there, all the way up, your net gain is positive. So
and now if you own a bunch of Ethereum, well, boy, you're in for a ride.
Absolutely. And then just to jump into one of our favorite cryptos, same idea here. So this is when the SEC lawsuit was denied. That was pretty sweet. Pretty good day there. But
yes, it was.
But even then, so let's say you miss this. Let's say you miss this area in here to buy or down here or whatever. Even if you were like, oh man, it hit this huge high up here, I'm gonna start buying here. Okay, so if you buy here, you buy some more here, you buy some more here, you're still a net positive to where we are today, or pretty close to even. And that's the beauty of dollar cost averaging. So that's dollar cost average in a nutshell. Anything to add there, Travis?
No, I think you hit that spot on. So that was really great. Do you have can you pull up Stellar Lumens? I was just kind of curious to see what that looked like on the chart also.
Yeah, let's do that.
That's one of my favorites also. So I just wanted to see what Stellar Lumens look like.
Yeah, so I mean, and this shows you exactly. I mean, this is picture perfect. This is only one day worth, but let's jump into the month. Same thing with a year. Pretty similar to XRP because they're a really pretty similar asset class. They do kind of the same thing and they usually trend similarly, but same idea. So if you're purchasing here and you're, through here buying a little bit, and even if you bought some up here and you bought some down here, that averages out right in that middle, and then you end up overall trending in a positive direction. So that's an easy way to do it. It's kind of can be a set it and forget it method. You can be like, okay, and with a lot of the onboarding platforms, like I know Coinbase, Uphold, two of our favorites, they allow you to do what they call recurring deposits. You can just set it up and be like, hey, on the 15th, that's the day I get paid, or every other Friday, that's the day I get paid. Automatically take $20 or whatever you feel like you can afford, and it will automatically do that, and it just comes right out. Set it and forget it. Become a millionaire.
Yes.
Obviously.
It's kind of cool from right here on your screen here. It looks like you have wings.
I do.
Yeah, it looks really cool. So yeah.
It's actually a self-portrait. That's not an NFT. That's that's me before I go to bed after I take my contacts out.
It looks great. I like it. I think it looks good.
But yeah, I mean that's kind of the basis. I think that's kind of really what I wanted to talk about today. Just kind of, and what I wanted to kind of bring it home with was the emotion, because in any, especially in crypto, the emotions can be huge. That's honestly what kind of fuels a lot of the bull run is it starts to get popular, everything starts moving up, and then like media outlets catch it. All the YouTubers are talking about it. Even non-crypto people are like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get into some crypto because it's huge, it's going to the moon. And so we want to be able to remove emotion from that and not be swayed by what other people are thinking or saying, and just be like, okay, I know that typically this is the time that we're getting towards a peak of this particular cycle. Time to start getting out, moving into dollars, stuff like that. And again, if you want someone that's awesome at this, is our favorite YouTuber, I think overall in crypto space, is the blockchain backer. This guy kept an emotional log, is what he called it. Incredible. He kept notes of how he felt during like each day or week or whatever of previous bull runs. And this guy's got it dialed down. Like, okay, this is what happens. All the mainstream cart starts coming in. Everyone else is when you hear all your friends talking about, oh, I'm buying crypto, 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 crypto. That's when it's time to be cautious. Time to think, okay, we're getting towards the top. Let's sell out what we've got. Let's move into dollars. Wait for it to come back down. So
Now, along with dollar cost averaging, you talked about when it gets up there high, it's like sell off. Do you only sell off like 70% or 60%, or how does that work? Just while we got you here, do you understand how that concept works, or have you heard how blockchain backer has?
yeah, so I know, I believe, and I may be wrong, you might have to watch his videos, but I believe our buddy blockchain backer, he sells off 65% when he thinks it's towards a peak, because he wants to keep the 35% just in case something crazy happens and it triples or whatever like that. And I think that's, and again, I don't want to speak for him, but that could be a way that you kind of quench the FOMO, like fear of missing out, because you make sure you secure some profit at what you think could be a high. But then if it triples from there, you still have a little bit, you can be like, okay, I didn't miss it. And you can gain from that too.
So hypothetically, if XRP, they're saying XRP may go to $15, but if it
Right.
goes to $8 or $10, might sell off 80% of that and keep 20% in your portfolio. And if it continues to climb, guess what? You're still going to be making money, and you still made a profit on top of that too. So whatever you put in.
Yeah, and crypto peaks, especially with XRP, seem to be pretty short-lived. So let's say it gets in that $10-12 range, and you're like, okay, I just want to make sure I get some profits. You pull some profits out, and then it starts coming back down. All of a sudden, it's $8, $7. Guess what? If you decide, you can still sell it for the remaining 20% or whatever you left in there. Because if we go back to that XRP chart, it's sitting right now at 65 cents. If you bought in at 65 cents or majority of 65 cents, then if you're at $15, you're in great shape.
You're in really good shape. None of this is financial advice, though, by the way. I mean,
Yeah,
you do you.
Not financial advice. We always encourage everyone, look at coins that you like, read about them, try to do as much research as you can, look for things that have use cases that you think will be important. We'll tell you what we like. But that's not for everybody. You might not be a believer in the metaverse. Great. Look at something that's not metaverse related. You might not be, a big on payment systems like XRP, XLM, stuff like that. That's fine. Look at something that interests you. Sandbox with the metaverse, whatever. I mean, or Ethereum layer,
There's security systems out there. There's
yeah,
gaming platforms, and I mean, it's limitless, really.
yeah, there's a crypto for almost everything. If you like meme coins, Doge, Dogecoin, whatever.
Digital art. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, digital art.
digital art. Yes.
So there's something for everyone, and we just encourage you to just do what look at what you believe in, what you feel like is going to be a good use case, and do some research. Go for it. Yeah. So, but kind of on that note, I was going to tell you, Travis, we've had kind of a string of burglaries in our neighborhood. It's been really weird. They've all been done by this group of young dogs that sneak into houses undetected. Turns out they were hush puppies. I came up with that one on my own, I'll have you know.
That's genius, actually. That is genius level. That's up there. That's up there. So
I don't know about genius, but I thought it was funny.
Speaking of genius, what do you get when you cross a hippie and a ninja?
Oh, what? Ninja?
A hippie and a ninja.
I don't
You
know.
get peace and quiet.
When we started this, I knew I was going to lose this battle with you because you have way too many of these.
I wish we could get Ted to watch these. Ted was like the king of dad jokes.
Ted, if you're out there, subscribe, my friend.
Yeah, yeah. You give us a shout out and give us a dad joke also.
Perfect. Well, with that, thanks everybody for watching. Again, like always, if you got questions, comments, things you want us to research, let us know. Yeah, that's all we've got. So, peace.
Have a great night, everybody.